So the Chaos Waste for Vermintide 2, the new expansion, it's been out for a couple of days now, and you might be wondering, I have no idea what I'm doing. How do I play this? I get lost. I don't even know what's a boon, what's pilgrim's coins, what is all this stuff. Well, today I'm going to kind of go over the basics for you guys and maybe give you some tips and some pointers on what I like to do and how I, you know, build my characters slash approach the game, and hopefully that'll help you all succeed a little bit more in your endeavors. The main objective of playing Chaos Waste is obviously to beat the 4 expeditions, one representing each Chaos God: Nurgle, Slanesh, Khorne, and Tzeentch. Not in that order. But on the final expedition, the goal is to reach the Citadel of Eternity. But in order to do that, you have to beat the first 3 expeditions in order to even unlock that 4th final expedition, and then beat that one. So it's a lot of work. Each expedition in total takes about an hour, maybe an hour and a half if you really take it slow. So it's a fair amount of time, but it's very fun. Now, there's a fair amount of strategy involved in how you decide your route, like which locations you want to go to, shrines, blah, 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 all that crap. So when you hover over a location, you'll see it'll give you a fair amount of information. It'll give you the information for the enemy types that you'll see here, whether or not it's a cursed area, whether you'll be getting like more specials, more hordes, less elites. Sometimes you can get a bonus of pilgrim's coins from a location. That's always really nice. I try to go for those. But generally, I select a location based on the property that it's going to give me after I complete it. And I have a priority list here. And this is, in my opinion, this isn't like, not everyone's going to agree on this, but I think most importantly, you have block cost reduction because you start in this mode with no block cost reduction unless you're a handmaiden that takes that specific talent, or you're a foot knight that takes that specific talent that gives block cost reduction. So I put that high on the priority list. Number 1, love to have block cost reduction, followed shortly by cooldown reduction, crit chance, stamina recovery, attack speed, crit power, movement speed, and then push block angle all the way at the bottom. I think that is a pretty good order of how to prioritize getting properties for you and your team. So once you're actually in a location, looting is the name of the game. This isn't about green circles and doing damage, even though that's shown at the end, the very end of the expedition. It's not really about that. It's about pilgrim's coins, because pilgrim's coins are going to let you do anything you want. You get enough pilgrim's coins, you can buy boons, you can exchange or temper your weapon to what you want. You can do a really big number of things with pilgrim's coins. That's the currency of the Chaos Waste. Now, one quick thing to note about like tempering and exchanging your weapons. You'll see those stations in certain locations as you go along. Obviously, you have, one for each color. You have the gray one, the green one, the blue one, orange, and red. But you only have so many coins, and I would suggest ignoring the green ones and the orange ones, because they go like the sooner you start, you'll see green ones first, and then as you go on, you'll see blue, and then orange, and then kind of at the end, you'll see red. So I don't really think it's worth it to spend pilgrim's coins on green gear, simply because that only gives you one property line that doesn't do anything for you. If you save that and go for blue, we have a chance to get a bonus of pilgrim's coins on that actual weapon, which is really nice. So I like to go for blue. Kind of skip orange because all that does is give you a trait. I mean, that might be something you want to go for, but personally, I just save out for red because red usually comes pretty quick after orange. That allows me to save my coins and still kind of get nice properties on my weapons. Also, in I believe every location, there is what is called a chest of trials. So you activate the chest of trials, and it immediately spawns a random monster. That can be a Minotaur, Storm Vermin, Rat Ogre, KS1, whatever, Bile Troll, whatever. Could be anything. You kill it, and not only do all monsters drop Pilgrim's coins, so you want to snatch those up, you head back to the chest with which you activated, and that'll give you a reward. Basically a free boon of your choice, and those are really helpful. So you do enough of those, you get extra boons. It's really good. Now, when we're talking about boons themselves, it's very important to choose wisely when you get one. there's some useless ones out there, like, you push an enemy and you dash forward a little bit. It's like, oh wow, great. Can't use my mace and sword now. Fantastic. Like blowing up a barrel, it does like 6 times damage. That one's not completely useless, but kind of a not a great one. There's one where like getting 3 headshots in a row gives you more power. Sounds nice, but it's really hard to proc. You just kind of have to know what they do. Like I was playing Battle Wizard one time and I took Lingering Flames just on my talents by themselves, and eventually I got Famished Flames and I got a boon where damage over time heals me. So I could just light something on fire and it would continuously heal me. It was great. It was a well synergized and almost perfect setup. There was another time where I was Ranger Veteran where I got a talent where picking up ammunition healed me for 15 health. Guess what I dropped every time a special died? A little ammo pouch that heals me. So it's stuff like that. You kind of have to know how they interact and pick the right ones. And it's okay not to pick one if you don't see one you like. It's perfectly fine to save your pilgrim's coins, because later on down the line you're definitely going to find something that you like. So just build for something that you think is fun or you think is useful. And kind of the fun thing about Chaos Waste is that there are so many different types of boons that you could play one way, and then the next round you could be the same character but you could have a totally different build because you're getting wildly different boons. And I think that that's what makes it really fun. There's just the different kind of setups that you can acquire. Now, when you are going through your expedition, there are various types of other different cursed areas that you can encounter. So these are the Chaos Gods, Nurgle, Zeech, Slanesh, or Khorne, cursing an area, which basically just means there's like a different negative effect against you for that entire area. Like Slanesh has one where you just have a constant like damage over time. So, but also at the same time, like the potions you find can heal you. Nurgle's got one where like enemies that when you kill them, they'll kind of explode into like a big cloud of gas. Very Nurgly of him to do that. Khorne has one. He has like little blight storms, little blood tornadoes that'll fucking just come at you and do tons of damage. He's got like bomb areas like that'll explode randomly on you. And then Zeech has a pretty cool one, I think, where like there'll be these lightning bolts, right? And any enemies trapped in the little circle that get hit by the lightning bolts, they'll just change into a random other type of enemy. So you could have like a bunch of clan rats in there, they get struck by lightning, and then you have like an assassin, a gun rat, a chaos warrior, whatever. They could totally change. I think that's probably one of my favorites. I like that one. It's a lot of fun. Now let's talk about potions for a second. Each location has a number of different potions, and they all have different effects. So I'm just going to name a couple here, but like there's a potion of Aegis, which basically gives you immunity to like poison gas, and it lasts for a long time. It lasts for like 2 or 3 minutes, I think. And you can just walk through gas. You won't take any damage for like a couple minutes. There's a potion of Wrath, which boosts your damage. Potion of Agility, greatly increases your dodge distance. There's a potion of Lifesteal, kills that you get via melee or range will heal you. There's a potion of Life Share, which does the same thing except for everybody in the team except you. So there's different potions you can use. They all kind of look the same, which is unfortunate. They're all like red, but see, it's hard to kind of tell them apart. But I mean, you can know by the little icon. Eventually, you'll get to learn it and memorize it. So it's important to kind of know which potion is going to go well with a character. Like if you have a Ranger Veteran that can dupe bombs, it might be a good idea to give him a potion of Endless Bombs or a potion of Wrath. He probably doesn't need like a potion of Invisibility or a potion of Aegis in that moment. But then somebody like Grail Knight could probably benefit from a potion of Lifesteal or a potion of Prophetic Strike or even a potion of Wrath. Somebody like a Handmaiden could really benefit from a potion of Agility because she can already dodge super far, so now she can dodge even farther. And it's funny. So it's all about kind of knowing what these potions do and how they will kind of go and synergize with a character. So on top of these locations and these cursed areas, you also have shrines along the route of your expedition. There's 3 different types of shrines, and basically these will let you either buy items. It's kind of your choice. As a party, you can kind of decide who buys what and whatever, but you can buy items, on the left side and on the right side, there are always like 4, maybe sometimes 5 boons that you can buy, you can choose from, of varying price. I think they go anywhere from like 200 to 300 pilgrims coins. But there's the Shrine of Harmony, which is my personal favorite. That one has a lot of good healing talents, or good healing properties. You can buy the Jade Sensor from a Shrine of Harmony, which is something you plant it on the ground. It forms this big circle and it just heals the entire party continuously. It boosts your health by a little bit, so it just makes you a little bit tankier, and it lasts quite a while. So it's good for like fighting a monster or fighting a troll. Or I always save it for the end of the citadel, basically, for that, because there's 2 monsters at least on legend and Kata back to back. So I liked having the Jade Sensor for that. There's a Shrine of Fortune, which basically allows you to get more coins at the cost of taking more damage. You take 20% more damage, but the coins you find is like 50% more coins. So it's a little bit of a risk, but if you want to live that wealthy lifestyle, Shrine of Fortune. And then there's the Shrine of Strife, which basically is about like doing damage and whatnot. You can buy the Morgrim's Bomb, which is easily the strongest thing I've ever seen in this game. Just nukes everything. A couple other things to note: when you are nearing the end of a location, a lot of them will have like kind of a special event, like sort of a survival thing. Some of them have the one that's similar to Convocation of Decay. It's got the big hole in the middle, and you kind of have to stand in there on the edge of it and wait for the bar to fill up. Some of them are just like an arena where you have different enemies come at you at different times, and maybe they'll throw in like a monster or something like that. So always be prepared to like have some items ready for that end part. And when you finally arrive at the end of an expedition, any of the first 3, that last location is pretty much entirely a survival event. It depends on the Chaos God and the modifier that you happen to get, but it'll pretty much just be like a big arena fight that you have to survive. But it like depends on the modifier, right? So there's one like with Slash where the closer you are, and if somebody gets hit, you all take that damage. So it kind of forces you to spread out. It makes it a lot harder because it works against, at least it's supposed to work against, your natural instincts in this game. When you get to the 4th expedition, however, the one that the Citadel is in, the Citadel of Eternity is a 2-part little excursion that ends the 4th expedition. So the first part is actually traveling through the Citadel, kind of navigating the treacherous ledges, and a lot of times you'll get like endless hordes on that one, and it's a real pain because they don't stop, and if it's beastmen, it's like, ugh, god, horrible. And then the second part of the Citadel is actually that final area you need to be in to get the scroll and all that jazz. You fight off a horde, you fight off 2 monsters at once. But the biggest thing I'd say is just to really take your time, strategize well what properties you're going to get, try to build defensively. I'd say I think defense is very important. You can get items that'll boost your offense, you can upgrade your weapon for more offense. You don't need so much offense. I think defense is probably a bit more important, like block cost reduction, stamina. It's nice to have stamina regen even, or you could go for like it depends. It partly depends like what's available, but leaning towards defensive, I think, is the best way, because that'll let you survive, that'll let you clutch if you need to, and it only gets harder as it goes on. So I think opting for defense is probably your best bet. But also looting, pilgrim's coins, get as many as you can. Take your time, don't rush through it. This isn't an adventure map, you're not trying to speed run through it. You want to look behind every crack and crevice, because there could be coins back there. There could also be items. There could be enemies. You never know what you're going to find. Plus, the areas are really beautiful. They're fun to explore. And I don't know. I really like this game mode. I'm hoping that you guys like it as well. I think it's been pretty well received so far by the community. And hopefully this little pointer guide thing that I've come up with helps you kind of improve your success rate in the chaos waste. Thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a nice day. Please like and sub to this channel if you like the content that you saw here today. And I'll see you all in the next video.